Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that affects millions of men worldwide. And frankly, it's something that keeps many of you up at night. We're talking about the warning signs that the woman in your life might be losing interest, and more importantly, what you can do about it now. Before we jump in, I want to be clear about something. This isn't about manipulation or tricks. This is about understanding relationship dynamics and taking meaningful action to strengthen your connection. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get into it. The reality check. Here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. Relationships require constant investment from both parties. The moment either person stops putting in effort, the connection begins to weaken. According to relationship psychology experts, the most telling sign she's losing interest is when she stops engaging in meaningful conversations. When your daily exchanges become limited to logistics and surface-level topics, you're looking at a fundamental shift in emotional connection. But here's what makes this particularly challenging for men. Women often communicate their needs differently than we do. They might not directly say, "I'm losing interest." Instead, they'll show it through behavioral changes that many men miss entirely. The warning signs you cannot ignore. Let me walk you through the primary indicators it should trigger immediate attention. The first and most significant sign is communication break. If your partner has distanced themselves from your friends and family, it's a clear sign that they have lost interest. This isn't just about spending less time together. It's about emotional withdrawal from your entire social ecosystem. You'll notice delayed responses to your messages. And when she does respond, the conversations lack depth and enthusiasm. She's no longer sharing details about her day or showing genuine interest in yours. This represents a massive red flag because communication is the foundation of emotional intimacy. Physical affection becomes noticeably reduced. The spontaneous touches, kisses, and moments of physical closeness that once felt natural now feel forced or absent entirely. She might seem consistently in a bad mood around you, avoid making future plans together, or appear less enthusiastic about spending time with you. Another critical indicator is her increased focus on activities that exclude you, while is healthy in relationships. A sudden shift toward prioritizing time with friends, work, or hobbies over a couple times suggests she's seeking fulfillment elsewhere. Understanding the psychology behind it, when communication falters, it's common for women to start losing interest in a relationship. This isn't because women are inherently fickle or unreliable. The psychology behind this is actually quite logical. Women often lose interest due to feeling emotionally disconnected, experiencing a lack of growth in the relationship, or their partner has become complacent. Think about it from her perspective. If she feels like her emotional needs aren't being met, if conversations have become routine and predictable, or if she senses that you've stopped making an effort to understand her world, she naturally begins to withdraw. This is a protective mechanism, not a character flaw. Other significant factors include unresolved conflicts that never get properly addressed, different life goals that create fundamental incompatibility, or feeling undervalued and taken for granted. These issues compound over time, creating emotional distance that becomes increasingly difficult to bridge. The strategic approach to reconnection. The solution now. Here's where we shift from diagnosis to solution. The foundation of winning back her interest lies in honest self-reflection and renewed effort in the relationship. This isn't about grand gestures or dramatic declarations. It's about consistent, meaningful actions that demonstrate your commitment to rebuilding the connection. Begin by examining your own behavior with brutal honesty. Where have you become complacent? When did you stop asking meaningful questions about her life? How long has it been since you planned something special just because you wanted to make her happy? This self-assessment is crucial because you cannot address problems you refuse to acknowledge. Focus on rebuilding Communication by actively listening to her concerns and sharing your own thoughts and feelings more openly. Create opportunities for meaningful conversations without distractions from phones, television, or other interruptions. Show genuine interest in her life, goals, dreams, and daily experiences. Ask follow-up questions that demonstrate you're truly engaged in what she's sharing. Demonstrate renewed commitment through consistent actions, rather than just words. This includes being more present during your time together, planning thoughtful activities or dates, and showing appreciation for her contributions to the relationship. Small gestures of affection and attention often have significantly more impact than expensive gifts or elaborate plans. Rebuilding emotional connection work. To rediscover what initially attracted you to each other by engaging in activities you both enjoyed early in the relationship. Think back to those early days when everything felt exciting and new. What did you do together? How did you make her feel special? These memories can provide a roadmap for rekindling that initial spark. Introduce new experiences together to create memories and reignite excitement. This might include trying new hobbies, visiting new places, or setting shared goals that you can work toward together. The key is novelty and shared experience, which naturally creates bonding opportunities. Address any underlying issues that may have contributed to the distance between you. This requires honest conversations about expectations, concerns, and changes needed from both parties. These discussions can be uncomfortable, but they're essential for long-term relationships. Consider couples counseling if communication difficulties persist or if you're struggling to navigate these conversations productively. The mindset shift that changes everything. Here's the crucial mindset shift that separates the mindset shifts. Relationship repair from failed attempts. Recognize that rekindling interest requires genuine effort from both partners. You cannot force someone to regain feelings, but you can create conditions that allow emotional connection to flourish again. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself, rather than trying to manipulate her feelings or behavior. This means working on your own personal growth, addressing your own shortcomings, and developing into someone who naturally inspires interest and respect. When you improve yourself, you become more attractive not just to her, but to everyone around you. To recognize reality, this process requires patience and persistence. Emotional distance doesn't develop overnight, and it won't disappear overnight either. Consistency in your efforts over weeks and months is what creates lasting change. When to recognize reality finally, let's address the elephant in the room. If these efforts do not result in positive changes over time, it may be necessary to accept that the relationship has run its course. Healthy relationships require mutual investment and interest from both partners to thrive. There's no shame in recognizing when a relationship has reached its natural conclusion. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, two people simply grow in different directions. The skills you develop in trying to repair this relationship will serve you well in future relationships, regardless of the outcome. Remember, the goal isn't to win back someone who doesn't want to be with you. The goal is to become the kind of partner who naturally inspires interest, respect, and genuine affection. When you focus on that objective, you'll find that your relationships improve across the board. That's a wrap on today's video. If this content helped you, smash that like button, subscribe for more relationship insights, and let me know in the comments what topics you'd like me to cover next. Until next time, keep working on becoming the best version of yourself.